The first ever private spacecraft successfully lands on the moon's surface. The lander, nicknamed Odysseus, touched down near the lunar South Pole, where scientists hope there could be a source of water.
But we are on the surface, and we are transmitting, and welcome to the moon.
In the last few minutes, it's been confirmed that the Odysseus lunar lander has touched down on the surface of the moon. It's the first time an American mission has returned to the moon for more than 50 years, and the first ever by a private company. These are pictures of the launch last Thursday, taking off on a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. It's not the first time the US has landed on the moon, of course, and that was back in June of 1966, when the Surveyor 1 landed. That's almost 4 months after the Soviet Union landed the Lunar 9 spacecraft and had the first controlled or soft landing. Only 3 other countries, China, India, and most recently Japan, have achieved such a milestone in the 21st century. Now, this is the moment contact was established with the lander and announced by the mission director.
What we can confirm, without a doubt, is our equipment is on the surface of the moon, and we are transmitting. So, congratulations, IM team. We'll see how much more we can get from that.
And here's what the company's CEO, Stephen Altemus, said after the landing.
Yeah, if I could just pass on a few words to the entire team in Intuitive Machines at Superbab and here in the Mission Control. What an astounding effort. I know this was a nail biter, but we are on the surface, and we are transmitting, and welcome to the moon.
With a bit more detail on the mission, our correspondent Rebecca Morell has more.
IM-1, Odysseus lunar lander, separation confirmed.
It's a spacecraft that could make history as the first ever commercial lander to reach the lunar surface, marking a return to the moon for the United States. The mission's being run by a company called Intuitive Machines, but NASA is hitching a ride on the lander, paying to carry 6 scientific instruments. It's a different way of operating for the US Space Agency.
It's a legitimate question. Why go back to the moon? We were there. Well, we go back in a different way with commercial and international partners. We're having these landers almost become scouts for our human missions to land on the moon.
It's been more than 50 years since the United States landed on the moon. The last time was in 1972, and this is where Apollo 17 set down. Before that, there were 5 other Apollo missions that made it down to the lunar surface, and they were all around the moon's equator. But now the United States is heading down to the South Pole, and this is the landing site of the new Intuitive Machines mission. It's the furthest south a spacecraft has ever been, and it's paving the way for NASA's Artemis astronauts who'll be exploring the same polar region in a few years' time.